welcome to Mama's Kitchen. Yes, today we're going to be cooking curried prawn with rice, and I'm so thrilled to actually take you through this. I've got here some ingredients and I'm going to take you through as we go through, because I'm going to do this quick for a quick dinner. Now, for those of you who have been watching my channel, you know the Thermomix has an inbuilt scale. So all the things that we have here, we're going to be weighing as we go along. So just stay with me and let's see what delicious rice we make tonight. So there, start cooking. It tells us to actually put in a baking paper in a Veroma tray. So that is done and put aside. And next, it tells us to add 1,200 grams of water. So remember, you always stir to bring it to zero, and we're going to put 1,200 ml of water. Remember, I always try, because the scales are very, very sensitive, I always try to be quiet when I'm actually measuring. Right, so next button, it tells us to add 30 grams of curry powder. We're going to use 30 grams of curry powder, and as usual, we tear this and we put the curry powder in. So it would weigh, like I told you, we don't need to weigh this separately, and that's one thing I love about the Thermomix. Everything you want, you can actually weigh it as you're putting it in. How simple is that? That is so good. But the next is putting in the simmery basket. So that's the simmery basket, and which you can use the spatula to put things in and out. So that's our simmery basket. It tells me to put in the simmery basket, and next it tells you to add 200 grams of rice. So we're going to put 200 grams of rice. There we go. And next it tells us to place the Veroma dish. This is the Veroma dish that goes in position, and it tells us to put in frozen peas. So instead of frozen peas, I'm going for cream beans, because I love, and this is one of the things I love about the cookie dough on the Thermomix, because you can always change or alter whatever ingredients that you have. So we're going to have that, and it says 50 grams. So you could put 50 and you could put a bit more. I'm going to just use a little. Yeah, okay. And next is carrots. We need some carrots. So there we got some carrots there, and it says 150. Let's tear this to put it to zero. And we have 150 of carrots. Let's see how much we got there. Okay, a little bit more than 150. Right, okay, that's good to go. And then we have the already prepared tray, which is the with the paper in. We're going to put that on top, and we're going to put 2 medium eggs beaten on top of this paper. So you're going to spread this on top of this. Yeah. And we're going to cover that. And then it says for 18 minutes, we're going to cook this on Veroma heat, and it tells us to put it on speed 2. So we put it on speed 2. Stay with me, and we'll see in 18 minutes what we have. So now we are back. My Thermomix is after 18 minutes now. So let's see what we have. As you can hear the noise, it's always good that you can put things on and go do whatever you want to do. The rice is not burnt. Everything is done in 3-tier, and we're just going to see what next. So we go to the next button here, and it says set covered veroma aside. So we're going to set this aside as it told us to do. So we set this aside now. So everything in the veroma, we set it aside. And it says if the rice is not cooked, insert measuring cup and reboil it. So because most rice, it depends on what sort of rice you're using. This is a long gray basmati rice I'm using. So I'm sure that should be okay. Let's rest this here. See, this is nicely cooked. I can see it's really nicely cooked. So this is cooked, and I'll show this to you in a minute. So let's see what next. Because we are not cooking it again, we're just going to remove this basket, and we transfer the rice into a bowl, cover it, and set it aside. So we'll have our bowl, and we're going to put the rice in. There we go. So nicely cooked. Very, very well cooked. See? Nice. And you can see everything is out of the simri basket. So again, this is my Thermomix. I love it because I do not waste any rice. No rice at all wasted. All my rice is here. There. And it's nicely cooked, as you can see. It's all one. So let's put this aside. There you go. You can see my rice. It's all cooked and it's all done one by one. So let's see. And we're going to put some onions, and we got the onions quartered already, so it's there. I just done this earlier just to make things a bit quicker. So there, need to go back once. So that's about 70 grams of onion in there. Let's put a little bit more. I love my red onions. Okay, and next we put either vegetable oil or sunflower oil, but this time I'm going to use the sesame oil because I love sesame oil, especially when I'm making fried rice or curried rice. I love to put sesame oil. So again, you can always alter what the recipe says. You can always alter it. So this time around, the recipe says we should use the sunflower or vegetable oil, but I'm going to use sesame oil. So you can do that. That's your choice. Okay, so we got that in. And next, we're going to insert with the onion, the red onion and the oil. And then it says for 3 seconds on speed 5. So I'm just going to put this on speed 5. Okay, so that is done. And it says to scrape it aside. So we're going to scrape this all in, as you can see there. Scrape it all in. And it asks to put the butterfly whisk. So you need your butterfly whisk in. It says to put it in place and insert the measuring cup into the measuring bowl then. So we're going to cover this on 120 degrees for 5 minutes. And this is just going to be on the spoon. So this spoon marks here means it's just going to be stirring whatever you've put in with the whisk It's just going to be stirring it, and this is going to be sautéing for 5 minutes. So let's see what we have. I'm so excited. I've got my prawns, my pineapple, and the rest of it to go into this lovely, lovely, lovely curried rice. Turkey in tomato sauce, and that is already plantain, which we've actually air fried in the oven. So this is all looking healthy, and all we're doing is actually promoting you to eat healthy food made from scratch. So stay with us while we're waiting for this for 5 minutes. So there we go, 5 minutes, and that is already sauteed nicely. Let's show you what we've got here. It's all sauteed nicely there. So you got your onion done. Let's see what next. And it says the 100 grams of raw tiger prawns peeled and cut them into pieces. This is already peeled, and I've got them like that, and we're just going to put that there. So we'll put that, and we wanted about 100 grams of it, but I'm using more prawns. So remember, I said you can always do it as you want. You mix that with the onion, and you just put some 30 grams of fresh diced peeled pineapple, and that's fine. I'm going to put about 50. That's fine. Okay, there you go. And you now can add 5 grams of curry powder. Because the rice was well covered with curry, I would prefer it like that, so I'm not going to add the 5 grams. Yeah, but it's your choice. You could add 5 grams of that. So we skip that. Rice wine, we skip that. 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. I've got that here, so I'm just going to pour that in. It's about a tablespoon of that. Just a little bit of that fish sauce. That's usually very sharp. And fine salt. So just a little bit of, I usually use sea salt if I want to use salt. So I've got sea salt here, and I'm just going to put a bit of sea salt here. And there, without the measuring cup, so it's telling us without this measuring cup, we're going to put all this together, and we leave it for another 7 minutes. There, and you put that still on this stir only. So there, we put it on 7 minutes, but without the measuring cup on it. And yeah, and we see what happens after that. You can also add your stock in, which we've got here. So if you like, at this stage, you can add a little bit of that stock if you want to, and just let it all simmer together. So we've had 7 minutes of this. So let's see what we've got here. We've got the prawns on, and then we go next, and it tells us to remove the butterfly from it. So the butterfly is gone in the sink, going to be washed. And I've got here, we're going to transfer this into a serving dish, and then we add the where we reserve the cooked rice and everything, and we add the carrots and eggs and everything. So there you go. You can see all the prawns nicely cooked. Oh, it smells amazing. It's so nice. Let's get the rice from the oven. There we go. And we're going to put this in. So all the prawns, the goodness, the salt, everything. So the sauce is going into the rice, the curried rice. It's going into the curried rice. And we're going to add, now let's see what we have here. There. So we have the egg that we made earlier. So you're going to scrape this nicely. Can you see that? that is coming out nicely from the baking paper that we put in the serving tray, and all this was done at once. So this is how to also use your Thermomix as a treater. So using your Thermomix as a treater. So we got the egg there, and remember the carrots and the beans is all done, all cooked at the same time. So no wasting time, and dinner is ready. So while I'm getting this ready, all I do is I've transferred everything in here, but I'm going to get water in here, and then we're going to wash this. So just a little bit of soap in here with water, and we are going to pre-clean it. So we finished the food now, so we're just going to mix that and serve, and we just go back to our home button, just swipe down there, and that tells you the pre-clean. And to give you the good news, Thermomix has actually improved our pre-clean function. So now you can pre-clean in different forms of whatever you've made. If it's a dough, if it's all-purpose, which this goes under, or if it's something you've cooked inside the Thermomix that is actually brown at the bottom. So you can see this properly. So there, that's if you have done a dough, or if so, because this is not dough, I'm going to use the all-purpose, and it's also not caramel, so I'm going to just use the all-purpose. So there, all-purpose, and this is going to just clean my Thermomix for me. In the meantime, let's set this tray aside, and I want you to see how this meal has actually come together. It's really looking nice, and it's going to be yummy, really yummy. And this you can serve 3 to 4 people with this. Yeah, in my household this is enough. If I want to make 2 of this, I could double it. If I want to make double, I could double it. So there you go, it's all ready, and we're going to serve this. And like I said earlier on, some plantain, and we're going to serve this with that. So I'm just going to dish some of this just for you to see, and let's have a taste of it. So we're going to put some of this in here, and have a plate here. So we do some of this. Oh, this is looking scrumptious. Can't wait to taste this. Really scrumptious. So you got all your prawns in there. Just going to have 1 turkey on it with some tomatoes, and that's some chicken on the side. I'm going to serve that with a bit of the plantain, and there you go. Dinner is ready, and you can see that's our curry prawn rice, some plantain made in the oven, and we have the chicken and turkey in the tomato sauce. And I can't tell you how nice this is with the prawns, but I'm just going to taste it and pass it on to you virtually. Guys, this tastes so nice and amazing too. Thank you for watching. We're going to have much more videos coming. Don't forget to subscribe. See you soon.